Good afternoon and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I'm going to be verbally instructing you on how to transform your Transformers Studio Series 86, the Movie Constructacon Bonecrusher, from robot mode to vehicle mode. Now, we would also talk about the transformation to arm mode, but this one's a weird one for me, so we're not really going to cover that much. I'm going to cover what I think it is at the end of today's video, but mostly we're just going to stick to teaching you how to transform this guy from robot mode to vehicle mode. Excuse me. So, without further ado, let's get started on today's video, please. And also, go below, hit the like button, share, comment, and subscribe. All those things go a long way to helping the algorithm, and if you could hit that notification bell, it's over there somewhere. I don't actually know where it's at. I've never seen it myself, but people say it exists, so I'm gonna go by what they say and go try to find it. Hit that notification bell. All right, let's get into today's video. This one's kind of neat. I like this transformation. So first off, we're going to take his gun. I'm going to set it off to the side. I got Scrapper just kind of hanging out off over here to the corner. Go away. Move over there. There you go, Scrapper. Okay. After you removed his accessory, just come over here to the front of him. You got to figure out where to start. And we're going to pull down his bucket that covers his chest. I do like this. And a friend of the channel, or one of my subscribers mentioned yesterday that wouldn't it be neat if you could fold it up so that it looked like he had one of those construction worker guts. And I realized that this bucket here, if you could find a way to take this bucket off and then spin it 180 degrees and put it back onto its moorings there, because I don't think that's a metal pin in there. I think that bucket's just in there, but I don't want to try it because, I mean, it could be a metal pin and I'm just not seeing it, and then I'd break it. I don't want to do that. But if you found a way to flip the bucket around, then it would fold up perfectly. Like when you folded it down you got the chest moment, but then you can fold it down once and it folds in on itself. And it looks like he's just kind of got a seat here for people to sit right above his crotch and his gut area. But if you spun this around, then that would be the gut. And I just wanted to point that out. I think that'd be a fun thing to do. Now, let's move into the further transformation. So you want to pull the bucket down from the chest all the way. Then you want to grab his legs, and you're going to pull those up. Yeah, look at that. So they're going to pull forwards. So let's just take a look at this. All right. So we got multiple moving parts here. This is neat. So from his back area, spinning it around, we'll find that there is a slot there, or a little crease there. And when you pull that, you get that there's a hinge there, and then you pull his upper body up, and it will pull away from this core area here. This is kind of neat. So his body just kind of rests on top of that core area, and you're just kind of like an accordion unfolding it so that this core area is visible. I think that's kind of neat. It's hidden by the bucket and everything, and then when you transform it, it pops out of nowhere. That's pretty big. It's a pretty big piece to just pop out of nowhere too, but it comes out very well, and there's a gap that's going to exist between it and the upper body. Let's go ahead and flip that head down into its little perfectly square gap. That's where it fits. Then we kind of come over here to the arms, and we're going to fold the hinges of the arms out, and we're going to take and fold these arms up. Now, remember how in yesterday's video we talked about how these arms are double jointed in reverse? Well, now's the time to do that double jointing. There we go. Make sure that's correct. There it is. It snaps into place. I like that. So we're going to come over here to the other arm. We're going to double joint it by flipping the arm around, and it should snap into place. There we are. Now that you've folded the arm backwards in on itself, it'd be like, you spun your arm around at the elbow, and now your hand is grabbing the backside of your shoulder. Ugh, it's kind of weird. It's kind of cool. So once you've done that, you're going to then rotate these pieces so that these hollow bits are going to go towards the center, and the solid bits on the side are going to face outwards, okay? So once this arm is folded down on top of itself, you'll find that there's On the right-hand side, there's a siege port. On the left-hand side, there is a smokestack. And the siege port and the smokestack need to both be on the top, but also on the side, you need to make sure that you have the side that doesn't have waffling. You won't be able to really escape that with some of it, because there will just be a little bit of waffling, but that is actually covered up whenever everything folds up. Very, very neat. So we're going to fold the front of the vehicle down more so that we can kind of squeeze in these arms right in front of where the head folded up. So we're going to squeeze these arms into this negative space that was visible. We're going to make sure everything kind of clips into place and snaps in. Come on. Come on now. Did I rotate something wrong? Nope, I did not. Cool. There it goes. I like how these snap in. I'm a lover of snap-in joints because that informs you, auditorially, that you have accomplished the task. Now we're going to come over here and snap that part in. Now we have, as you fold up that front bit that we unfolded from his core, and it's going to connect to where the arms are just folded up, and we're going to have the basis of a vehicle mode, of a dumpster, not a dumpster, of a bulldozer. And you're going to move his little helmet piece, this flappy doodle. It's going to go up and now be the canopy for the area where the person would sit in the bulldozer. Now, finally, snap the knees, lock the knees down tight, and we're going to make sure the feet are both folded up and snapped into place. I like the snaps. I love me some snaps. Then we're going to rotate each of these legs down and lay them flat across the length of this vehicle mode we just built. And we're just going to kind of snap everything into place. We don't have to even move the backpack piece because that is just going to stay there. And finally, after we've squeezed everything together and made sure all the snaps occur, we can finally fold this bucket up and lay it flat. And then it comes down just slightly. Come on. There you go. You got to fold it up in such a way that the bucket lays flat upon the ground, and it's going to snap into place very nicely. Oh, it's complete. Now take the little gun, and the little gun is going to go right in that siege port on his front area. There we are. There are no other storage locations for that little gun. And there we have the bulldozer mode for Bonecrusher. It does not have caster wheels, but we will talk about that in tomorrow's video, where we're going to compare vehicle modes together and talk about them a little more in depth. So at the end of all this, I'm going to give this transformation, it's going to get an A+ from me. It isn't a complicated transformation, but it's also a very fun transformation in the sense of, there's a lot of stuff going on. You're making some shapes here. You're folding some stuff out that was actually folded up and hidden. It does a lot of fun things. There's no waist rotation. The step count is a little low, but I say that being a person that owned the Combiner Wars version of this, my Combiner Wars version of Bonecrusher did not hold together, nor did it feel as solid as this version. And the transformation for that, though similar, was also kind of different. And I like this transformation better. I like how everything snaps into place. I like the plastic quality used in this guy. There's so much about this that I enjoy. And I am surprised that I enjoy Bonecrusher. I am amazed that I thought after handling Scrapper I was not going to like Bonecrusher, but I like his transformation. It works for him in a unique way that I was not expecting. So, that is how to transform Bonecrusher. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video, and please, stay tuned for tomorrow, where we'll go over the vehicle mode. We'll compare his vehicle mode to Scrapper's vehicle mode and to Road Hauler's vehicle mode, and also bring out some other vehicle modes to give you a rough understanding of the size class of these vehicles, which we'll get into that tomorrow. So, bye-bye for now. Until next Prime.